This computer behind me may not be the prettiest, but it is a computer nonetheless. What's up guys, my name is Cardboard and I build computers, not for a living, but for this YouTube channel that I am currently working very hard on. So please like, comment, and subscribe. But getting into this computer, I built this for about 420 bucks, and it consists of a Ryzen 5 2600X and an RTX 2070 Super with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 clocked at 3000 megahertz. I had to overclock it just a little bit, just to get a little, Ryzen boost. And I have a 512 gigabyte M.2 SSD, a B450 DS3H, GOM-DS M4M case, and power supply. And that brings my total to around $424 after taxes. You could probably build something better for this price if you get a better case and power supply. I paid about 120 bucks for the case and power supply. That's pretty expensive. That's 60 bucks for each thing. You can get a used 750 watt power supply off of eBay for around 45 bucks and like a cheap old $50 nicer looking case. This was the case for my original personal computer, but we like upgrading for some reason. I don't know why, but the computer behind this computer is my main PC. Now I do only test one game in this computer just because I don't have Ethernet right now and I don't have any other way to connect the Wi-Fi, but it is Cyberpunk 2077 and it's a pretty good game to benchmark. Now let me show you how I got some of these parts. For the CPU, motherboard, and RAM, I got this off of Facebook Marketplace in a deal for about 100 bucks. It came from a pre-built. It consisted of a Ryzen 5 2600X, a B450 DS3H V2, 16 gigabytes of DDR4 clocked at 2400 megahertz, and also an 800 watt gold power supply, but I won't be using that power supply in this video. And then the CPU cooler I got off of Amazon refurbished for 17 bucks. And for the GPU, it's an RTX 2070 Super. I got that off of eBay for about $164 after taxes. These extensions, about 11 bucks each. And the SSD I got for around $45, I think. But happy 420. Alright, plugged in the power supply. Where'd my screwdriver go? Where'd my screwdriver go? My screwdriver's gone. Alright. Alright, it's a good sign. Turns on. RAM is all on. Let's see if we get a signal. Oh, let's go. Everything works, including the graphics card. Which is, I was worried because this graphics card wasn't working before, but now it is. Yay, this was free. I cut myself. I quit. How do you open the box? So in this box is a graphics card you have seen on this channel many times. This is a 2070 Super. Very ugly looking card, but hopefully in this black build, you won't be able to see it too much. But before I put this 2070 in, I'm gonna go ahead and put in some cable extensions into the computer first. Awesome. Okay, now just for the cable for the graphics cards, I think this will work. Whoop. Oops. Whoop. Boom. Just like that. Alright, let's see if it turns on. Because to be honest, I'm not sure if it's going to turn on or not. Okay. This already has a preloaded drive onto it with a bunch of games in Windows 11, I believe. So currently I don't have Ethernet right now, so I can't plug anything into the PC. Only because, well, I'll explain it in a different video, but I don't have any internet to connect to the PC right now. So we're just gonna test the one single player game that I have on here, which is Cyberpunk 2077. But as you can see on Task Manager, we have the Ryzen 5 2600X, 16 gigabytes of DDR4. Gotta change that into XMP, and then the 1TB SSD, and then a 2070 Super. So let's go ahead and run some Cyberpunk. Honestly, I was expecting a lot worse because we are in 1440p, and in the task manager it said my RAM was stuck at 2133. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't have another board I can test right now. Pretty good, 111 FPS. Let's get some real world, test.
Hello, Night City.
Okay, yeah, okay, this is what I was more expecting. Oh my god, motion blur to obliteration. Feels okay, but I think it could be better. Because if we're being honest, 2133 on Ryzen is not the greatest. Mind you, this is on, okay, you know what, let's drop it down to 1080p because, yeah, let's drop it down to 1080p. We'll put this to, let's see. Yeah, I think this RAM is like really messing with performance right now. I don't like that at all. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can try to fix this. I'll be back. So basically what happened, I think, is the XMP profile wouldn't load, and I tried another kit of RAM and I got the same results. Then I ended up reseating the CPU just to see if that was the issue, but to no avail. The RAM still wouldn't load with the XMP profile. And I got like 86 of this Trident Z stuff and none of it was working. To the point where I feel like I wanted to rip out my hair. Then I found out you could randomly press P or PD to change the speed of the RAM, and wouldn't you know it, it stays at 3000 megahertz, but not 3200 megahertz. It sort of just crashed with 3200. I also ended up just switching back in the RAM I got originally to make this build a little bit cheaper, and I think it looks, alright. But it works, it's definitely a computer. But then in the benchmark, you can see with the overclock, I got about a 43% boost in performance, more or less. But yeah, I had to make this voiceover at least a minute long because I forgot to turn on my mic and all the voiceover is done by. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Helps a lot more than you would think. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.